Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Also, yeah. Hello, Amol sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Good morning.
Yeah, this is good morning, sir. This is Anupam Anand, sir. So we will be starting the webinar. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir. So good morning, one and all, and I welcome everyone to the 159th webinar of the Saturday webinar series. I'm Anupam Anand, fellow at Manage Hyderabad. The Center for Innovation and Agripreneurship, CIA, is a center of excellence in agribusiness incubation hosted at the National Institute of Agriculture Extension Management, Manage Hyderabad. It is one of the leading agribusiness incubators in India. Manage CIA has mentored 550 entrepreneurs and incubated more than 383 startups from various focus areas of the Agri and Allied sectors. Having trained startups in agro-processing, post-harvest technologies, value addition, farm mechanization, animal husbandry, fisheries, dairy, commodity trading, supply chain management, and agri consultancy, the center has assisted and provided relentless support to agripreneurs, helping them fine-tune their ideas and upscale their operations. The topic for today's session is Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme for Micro Enterprises in the Food Processing Sector. So, Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme is an initiative launched by the Government of India to promote and support micro enterprises in the food processing sector. The scheme was launched in June 2022 and is part of the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan to boost entrepreneurship, employment, and economic growth in the food processing industry. We have two speakers joining us today, Mr. Amol Dhanake sir and Dr. Shamili Mane ma'am. So, introducing our first speaker, Mr. Amol, is the manager Food Tech, SPMU, PMFPE, Department of Agriculture, Maharashtra State. Amol sir is a skilled professional with 7+ years experience in food technology and agriculture. Currently manages the food tech department for Maharashtra state government, focusing on PMFME, that is PM formalization of micro food processing enterprises. His commitment to improving food processing practices and driving agriculture initiatives in Maharashtra is evident. Amol is a forward-thinking leader dedicated to enhancing food processing quality and efficiency while supporting agriculture sector growth, particularly within the PMFME scheme. His work reflects a strong commitment to sustainable development and fair welfare of Maharashtra's food industry. With this brief introduction, I'd like to hand over the stage to Amol. Over to you, sir.
Happy to welcome all of you, all participants, and thank you, Anand sir, for introducing me. Today, we'll join here to know about PMFME scheme, and Maharashtra state are playing vital role to promote the micro enterprises in overall the PMFME scheme. Now, I'm going to share my screen to know about details of PMFME scheme.
Amol, so your voice is breaking. I would suggest you stop your video so that you will get the better network.
Okay.
Yeah, during question and answer, you can turn on. Now you can just, for the presentation, you can turn off your video so that you will get better network.
Yes. Just
Yes, we can see your screen.
okay. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Food Processing Enterprises Scheme. Under the scheme, unorganized food processing sector comprising nearly 25 lakh units contributes to 74% of employment in food processing sector. Nearly 66% of these units are located in rural areas and about 80% of they are family-based enterprises, supporting to livelihood in rural households and minimizing their migration to urban areas. These units largely fall within the category of micro enterprises. The main focus of the scheme is to the units faces a number of challenges which limit their performance and growth. These challenges include lack of access to modern technology and equipment, training, access to institutional credit, lack of basic awareness on the quality control of products, and lack of branding and marketing skills. Therefore, the unorganized food processing sector contributes much less in terms of value addition and output despite its high potentials. The all under this scheme, central all these scheme are centrally sponsored scheme with an outlay of 10,000 crore for coverage of up to 2 lakh enterprises over 5 years from started scheme from 2022 to up to 2025 24-25. The expenditure under the scheme will be shared in 60-40 ratio with state and central. The in that scheme different component is there. The first is supporting to individual and groups of micro enterprises. Then in that the scheme is credit linked capital subsidy up to 35%. The maximum link 35%. The maximum limit for the subsidy is 10 lakh. Grant up to 10 lakh to existing unorganized food processing units for upgradation and for new plant startup. The credit link grant at 35 of the project cost to SHG FPO cooperative for capital expenditure with maximum limit is 10 lakh for group component also. And in that CIP component is there. In under the CIP component, the support for common infrastructure will be 35% of eligible project cost and maximum limit for grant is 3 crore. And under this scheme, not only they will be promoted the expand the enterprises or formalize, but there also be focus on marketing and branding of product with 50% of reimbursement and additional support for the preparation of DPR for marketing branding is 5 up to 5 lakh for preparation of DPR and progress report submission purpose. The main objectives of this scheme is to increase the access to finance the micro enterprises or their unit, to increase or in revenue of target enterprises, and also enhance the compliances with food quality and food safety, and standardize that units, to strengthening the capacity of support system. Under this scheme, coverage up to 2 lakh enterprises over the 5 years. The most challenges facing in the scheme, micro enterprises are deficient quality and food safety control system, lack of basic awareness on good hygiene and manufacturing practices, lack of branding and marketing skills, also inability to integrate with the supply chains, capital deficiency, lack of access to credit, lack of productivity and innovation, the limited skills and lack of access to modern technology. The scheme will be provide the overall things under the one roof of the scheme. In that first top, we'll see the individual micro enterprises. In that the component of individual micro enterprises, the subsidy amount should be 35% or maximum capping is 10 lakh as per we discussed. The individual in that eligible entities are individual partnership firm, FPO, farmer producer organization, NGO, SHG, self-help group, and cooperatives, private limited companies also eligible for individual component. In that second component is common infrastructure facility, CIF. Under the CIF, eligible entities are FPO, FPC, cooperatives, SHG, self-help group, and its federation. Under the self-help group, for the component entities are in under market cooperatives is
Amol, your voice is breaking. Hello, Amol, can you hear us? Not able to hear you.
Hello? Just a second, sir. Just a second. May I hello?
Amol, sir, we not able to
May
hear you.
I'm loud, sir.
No,
Hello.
your voice is not clear. We can able to see your screen,
Just a
but
second.
your voice is not getting us. Can you just check with the network so that we can able to hear you properly?
Hello.
Still we're not able to hear you properly, Amol sir. Can you try once again with the better areas where you can get the network?
Okay.
Can you try once again, Amol sir? Hello. Amol sir, are you there? Can you hear us? Anupam, can you able to hear Amol? Because I don't know whether I'm audible. Okay.
We are not able to hear Amol. I think he is.
I can see he's there. Amol, can you rejoin us if you have any issue? Yeah, participants, I'm just checking with Amol. If any issue, then I'll see he will be joining again. Yeah. Participants, Amol is joining once again due to some network issue. So I would request my colleague Anupam to kindly introduce our second speaker, Sharmili Mane, who is the incubatee of the MANE CIA. Meanwhile, we'll try to connect with Amol to rejoin and complete his session.
Okay. Thank you, Amit. So to introduce our second speaker for the day, while in the meantime, Mr. Amol tries to connect with us again. So Dr. Sharmili Pratap Mane is the founder and CEO of PureMe Organics Private Limited. She holds a bachelor in biotechnology engineering and a master's in bioprocess technology from India's prestigious Institute of Chemical Technology. Awarded a full scholarship by the Australian government, she pursued a PhD in chemical engineering at Curtin University. With 7 years of research experience in secondary agriculture and agro-processing, she boasts 6 scientific publications, 13 international conference proceedings, and 2 international patents. Her innovative PhD project garnered a Research Excellence Award and Curtin Commercial Innovation Award. Her startup, PureMe Organics, focuses on sustainable jaggery production, empowering rural farmers, and receiving support from Indian ministries. Her vision is to lead globally in jaggery products, R&D, and farmer empowerment for a sustainable future. With this brief, I would like to hand over the stage to Sharmili ma'am. Ma'am, over to you. Ma'am, you have to unmute yourself.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah, please. Go ahead, ma'am.
So, good morning, everyone, and thank you for this opportunity to share my, I can say, the learnings from Manage and learnings from the PMFME scheme. So, first, I would like to just show like 2 to 3 slides, like how I ended up in using PMFME scheme for my project, and then I'll describe like in brief, and then if anyone has questions, I can answer the questions. So, I'll just start with my basic introduction. I have completed, I'm Dr. Sharmili Mane from Kolhapur district of Maharashtra state, and founder and CEO of PureMe Organics Private Limited. PureMe is working on creating a sustainable ecosystem for jaggery processing and jaggery farmers. So I am a grantee of cohort 4 under RKVY-RAFTAAR program. I got incubated at Manage Hyderabad in 2021 when this PMFME scheme had just started. I mean, Ministry of Food Processing had identified different products for different districts, and they had given some special supports to such products. So I got to know all this information from Manage training lectures, which we used to have for our cohort 4 program. There I got to know about PMFME and how, if you're working for the product from your district, how the ministry is supporting us to do some innovations, to do some changes in your business. So then I started learning that scheme in detail, like what support I can get, to whom I should contact for the same, what is covered under the support. And once I logged into the website of PMFME, the person, I mean the resource person from PMFME scheme, that person contacted me, and we continued the project, and then I got this PMFME scheme. So basically, the thing is, I'll explain like why can I share my screen, sir?
So that you can able to share the screen. Yeah, we can see your screen.
Yes. So basically, as I said, I belong to Kolhapur district of Maharashtra state. And when I completed my PhD and I came back to India, to Kolhapur, there were some major problems happening in jaggery industry. So basically, Kolhapur is the major sugarcane produce and jaggery producer. It's a jaggery capital of India. Kolhapur jaggery is GI tag product since 2014. Then more than 75,000 farmers and their families dependent on this jaggery business for their livelihood. But when I came back, this jaggery industry was facing some problems, like they didn't have process standardization, they didn't have product innovation, also they didn't have the proper market access, where at the same time people were looking, I mean consumers were looking for jaggery products, like they wanted to have jaggery, but what was lacking is they wanted quality jaggery product. Then jaggery products in smart packaging, some innovative products from jaggery, and that is why I decided to work on this startup PureMe Organics, where I'm creating or I'm bridging the gap between consumer and farmer. So I'm giving process to farmers, product innovation to farmers. Then that raw material is procured at our factory. We are processing that material, and then it is going into the market under our brand PureMe Organics. So basically, this is the problem which I explained. Just a minute. Yeah, that was the problem, as I mentioned. Even though Jaggery industry is a major rural industry, cottage industry of Kolhapur, as it ranks first in qualitative terms, it's a GI tag product, and recently by Ministry of Food Processing, it was declared as one district, one product for Kolhapur state. But this industry was facing some problems. More than 60% of Jaggery production units were started shutting down because they did not have improved technologies, inconsistent quality products, ongoing adulterations were there, and that is why farmers were getting inconsistent market rate for their jaggery. So what we are doing, PureMe Organics, is we have developed and standardized the process for jaggery production. We are giving it to farmers, because of which we are getting some improved quality of jaggery and innovative line of jaggery products. So when I was working on this problem, I got to know from Manage that there is one scheme, PMFME. Like if you are working for the product of your district, which is jaggery, in my case, sugarcane produce, so you can get support from PMFME scheme, which is Pradhan Mantri Formalization of Micro Enterprises, and lot of things are covered into this scheme. Like you can get subsidy for your project, 35% of your project cost, up to 10 lakh. The government is giving you money to start your business. If you want to do something for the product of your district, let's say for me it's a jaggery, so there are different products identified for different districts. So if you want to do any standardization, any product innovation, or if you're working with some supply chain for the product of your district, the government is giving you money to start that production, to set up your facility. And if you're like individual person working on this project, then you get like 35% of your project cost. But if you're working as self-help groups or farmer producer organization, then you're getting support for marketing your products, branding your products, that too from government. Again, like as Amol sir was mentioning in his earlier presentation, like the quality is the major problem in food industry right now. So if you want to have some quality standards set up in your facility, if you want to know the process, like which process you should carry out for your production, then government is also giving like skill trainings or different kinds of trainings under this scheme. So for example, in my case, I was looking for the process of standardization of liquid jaggery production, like kakvi, what we say in Marathi. So the kakvi production was not standardized. It did not have the proper shelf life. But then under this PMFME scheme only, I got to know about the process. There were a lot of lectures arranged by nodal institutes of Ministry of Food Processing, like CFTRI, NIFTEM is there by Manage, like how you can standardize the process, to whom you should contact for this process. So all these lectures and training sessions were free of cost. So I think like if someone is really working on the product of their district, then this is the right scheme to go for. But only my suggestion would be like you should make proper use of this money, because it's like government is giving their precious money to you to work on the product of your district. So you should utilize that money properly, like some amount for your production, some amount for facility development, some amount for your skill training, and some amount for training the rural farmers or farmers you are working with. So that is what my experience from this PMFME scheme. If any questions are there, sir, I am open to answer all the questions.
Sharmili, I would request if you can show some products of your, startup, so that
Yes, sir.
participants
Yes, sir.
get the idea. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I hope my screen you can see, right, sir?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So we basically identified the problems in cottage industry, in the farmers, and we tried to give solutions based on that. For example, product innovation was lacking, packaging was not innovative. Like jaggery, till now jaggery comes in traditional packaging, which consumers are hesitant to use that packaging. Then standardization of process was not there, and quality of the product was not there. as per FSSI, like what parameters are set by FSSI. So we worked on all these 4Ps. At the same time, when I interacted with consumer, especially this was the time of COVID when I started with my startup. So Jaggery awareness was again on hype, like after COVID, like due to immunity enhancing properties of Jaggery. So even consumer wanted to use Jaggery in their daily diet, but because consumer know about the health benefits of Jaggery, its acceptability since our traditional ages. But what was stopping them was availability was not there of Jaggery products at affordable cost, like smart Jaggery products. So basically, we worked on these 4 A's and 4 P's, and we bridged the gap between farmers and consumers. So we are making our products, we are co-creating our products in association with rural farmers to excite the consumers. So what basically we are doing, we have given standardized process to the farmers. The raw material we are taking from farmers, and then the product innovation, the packaging innovation is happening at our place, and then the products are going into market as Pure Me. And at the same time, like whoever farmers we are working with, we are sharing our percentage profit with the farmers. So this is what Pure Me is, basically a made in India research brand of Jaggery based products. Our mission is to be a multinational brand in Jaggery based product line, and our vision is to achieve our mission through perpetual R&D, ever evolving technology and empowerment of local farmers in order to make Jaggery sustainable, easily obtainable, storable and usable through its smart variants. So these are some USPs of our brand. Now, why our Jaggery? Why we are? How we differentiate our Jaggery from other Jaggery brands is, first, as we belong to Kolhapur, we have a strong supply chain, and Kolhapur Jaggery is GI tag. So yes, our Jaggery is GI tag. Pure Me is studied and researched brand of Jaggery. The process with which we are producing Jaggery, it has extended shelf life up to 14 months. We are working as per the parameters set by FSSI. So we have assured quality and hygiene, which is the major problem in Jaggery industry these days. Like if people see like how Jaggery is being made, they will not eat. So we are training our farmers in such a way that they use the quality and hygiene practices in their production. Smart packaging technology, which we are using in the in this uh, I mean IT life, like people are very they want convenience in using every product. So we are bringing Jaggery in different packaging, like consumer friendly packaging. So these are our products in market. So you can see we are also in grocery items like Jaggery powder, Jaggery cubes. Also we have got these products into smart packaging. You can see here we are giving Jaggery in 5 gram sachet. Then also we are coming up, we have come up with value added products from Jaggery, like Jaggery peanut butters is there. Then same way Kakvi packaging we are doing in smart packaging, so like people can have it anywhere as energy booster. So these are our categories of products. We have innovations in terms of production technology, where we have worked on shelf life of the Jaggery. Second, innovations in terms of smart packaging, like we have studied packaging in association with Indian Institute of Packaging, where studying the chemical properties of Jaggery, we have designed the packaging so as to keep its nature intact inside. And innovations in terms of nutritional additions, like we have mixed Jaggery with different natural additives to enhance its properties more, like to make it, Jaggery is already rich in iron and calcium, but we have mixed it with peanuts, let's say, to enhance its protein content. We have mixed it with other ingredients to enhance its fiber content. So likewise, at the same time, we are also working on Jaggery from different sources, like this is our coconut Jaggery. And yeah, the upcoming list of our products, as I said, the Kakvi, which is like the local product of Maharashtra, where we use it every day in our meals. I want to make this product reached at global levels, like how people use maple syrup on pancakes. Similar way, the Kakvi twigs, the Kakvi in sachet form will also, I want people to use it. Then we are also coming up with flavored and fruit Jaggery. For example, this Diwali, we are coming up with mixing Jaggery with orange pulp, mixing Jaggery with guava pulp, then Jaggery with mint pulp. So different flavors of Jaggery we are coming in this Diwali. Then Jaggery coffee premixes. This day people are habitual of using Jaggery tea or Jaggery coffee. So we are coming up with hot premixes. In fact, one of the product of Jaggery mocha, where you just need to add this mixture into hot water. that product we are going to include in our Diwali hamper. Then sprouted millet bars with jaggery, like different millets. This year is International Year of Millet, so we are mixing different millets. We are sprouting the millets and combining it with jaggery to make like healthy jaggery protein bars, sprouted millet energy bars. Also, we are working with bottled sugarcane juice where the shelf life will be more than 12 months. Then fortified liquid jaggery drops, like whatever liquid jaggery is there, we are fortifying it with uh, vitamin C by mixing it with lemon extract, then other natural ingredients. Uh, yes, sir. This is what about my products. And as my startup is it has a complete impact, sustainable impact. It has a social impact as we are working with farmers. We are training farmers through our non-profit organization for all the quality and hygiene parameters, all the process standardization parameters. We have economic impact as we are sharing our percentage profit with associated farmers along with giving the price of the product. Then health impact, we are bringing healthy sweetener with essential nutrients and also environmental impact. These are the awards and recognitions we got in last 1 year. We started in 2022, so in last 1 year, we got these awards. Yeah, and we are supported by Ministry of Agriculture for this RKVY scheme by Manage, Ministry of Food Processing for PMFME scheme. Yes, sir. Thank you. Sir, any information do I need to share?
No, that's what actually you talked about the PMFME scheme, how you got benefited, but the people
Yes,
who
sir.
don't know about the PME, so that's why I request you to share a bit more. And a couple
Yes,
of
sir.
questions also coming up related to your startup only that I will take up after the second
Sure, sir.
speaker sessions.
Sure,
And
sir.
I would request once again to the participants, if you have any questions, you can directly ask the questions by raising your hands. So you can put either questions in the chat box or raise the hands. We will take up these questions after the our first speaker sessions.
I'm not able to share. Okay.
I'll just give you access. Yeah.
Yeah.
So after your session, you can turn on the video during question and yeah.
Scheme launched under Atmanirbhar Abhiyan. It aims to enhance the competitiveness of existing individual micro enterprises in the unorganized segment of the food processing industry, and to promote the formation of the sector and provide support to farmer producer organizations, self-help group, and producers cooperatives along their entire value chain. The scheme adopt the one district one product also. The ODOP for the scheme will provide the framework for value chain development and alignment for support of infrastructure. There may be more than one cluster of ODOP products in the district. The state will be identify food products for districts, keeping in view the existing clusters and availability of raw material in particular district. Other focus areas are waste to wealth products, minor forest products, and aspirational district. That also capacity building and research, academic and research institution under MoFI along with state level technical institute will be provide the support for training of units, product development, and appropriate packaging and machinery for micro units. That also main thing is financial support under this scheme. The existing individual micro food processing units desires of upgrading their units can avail credit linked capital subsidy at 35% of the eligible project cost with a maximum ceiling of 10 lakh per unit. Support will be provided through credit linked grants at 35% for development of common infrastructure, including common processing facility, lab, warehouse, etc. through FPU-SHG cooperatives or state-owned agencies or private enterprises not allotted in common infra. Only FPU, FPCs, cooperative society, SHGs in common infra, and up to maximum ceiling is 3 crore. Marketing and branding support will be provided to groups of FPU, SHG cooperatives and SPU, special purpose vehicle, of micro food processing enterprises under the scheme, which are in that training related to marketing, developing common brand and packaging, including the standardization of product, marketing type with national and international regional chains, retail chains in offline and online, also retail chains allowed in under this. Quality control to ensure the product quality more than the required standard, and training support, 100% training support to all participant or applicant under the scheme. In that support for individual micro enterprises, in the under
Amol, sorry to
eligible
interrupt you.
partnership firms.
To interrupt you in
Ha.
between. Regarding this training, who will be trained and who are no? If you talked about what kind of training, so that will
State
be
level
really good.
training institute is there, and under the state level training institute, our DLTI was selected in every district level trainer. They will be provide the training to all participants or all applicant about the food processing and other quality standardized quality purpose training, GMP, GSP, and related the documentation and FSCI rules and regulations. Under the individual components, partnership firm, FPO, FPC, and NGO are eligible. There is no any minimum turnover and experience required for the applicant, and age limit should be 18 years. No minimum educational qualification required for the getting the benefits of this scheme. There is both ODP and non-ODP proposals are eligible for support the PMFME scheme. Under the support of individual micro enterprises, applicant is eligible for interest subvention and top-up convergence with other relevant government-sponsored scheme like that AI and CGTMSE. The applicant enterprise is eligible for bank loan under the scheme given if he is available bank loan in other subsidy-linked scheme of government. Working capital lending banks may consider sanctioning need-based working capital limit to the beneficiary as admissible. However, the subsidy will be provided on the working capital. So, under the PMFME scheme, most important concept is common infra fund. Under the common infra fund, eligible entities, FPO, APC, cooperative societies, the SHG, and their federation, and also government agencies eligible under the common infra fund. And there is no precondition about the turnover to FPO, APC, and not a required experience if any freshers or recently opened APC also eligible for getting the benefits of the common infra fund. Under the product covered in common infra is proposal for ODP and non-ODP also is covered under the common infra fund. The credit link subsidy and maximum ceiling is 3 crore under CIF. The application we are running to the SNA of Maharashtra state was selected as agriculture department, and under the agriculture department, agriculture assistant should be connect with applicant. Most important things in the PMFE scheme is three pillars is there. One is the good entity, good applicant, good DRP, and good bank. If good applicant, good DRP, and good bank is selected, the benefits will be directly go through the applicants. So during the process of there is the all online process in MIS based procedure. Applicant should be registered on the portal. I will show the portal first. Just a second. This type of dashboard is there in PMFME MS. In that, applicant need to register first in MIS.
What is the URL, Amol sir? What is the URL website?
PMFME.mopi.in. Is there basic information about applicant? First, select the value in individual where you want to apply for individual group application or common infra fund. After the name of entity, then email ID, mobile number, unit location, need to mention the unit location, then detail address, state, district, then state, And after that, submit, register the first. Most important thing in that, mention the mail ID correct, because registration detail will become to in email ID of applicant. After the registration, you will get the ID and password. Then go to login section. Then you should put here user ID and password. Uh, Wait, I will show you details. You should put here user ID. Whenever you submit, log in here. Here is the some step. First is click on common infra application details. In that, you should applicant details. In that, mention the all details of applicant, name of entity, website of the entity. If you have opened the website, you should put here. Then registration number. Then incorporation date, means registration number is incorporated registration number of FPC, SHG, or any other cooperatives. Then mention here the registration date and which act under you have opened this agency. Then GST number if available, PAN number, FSI license. If available Udyog Aadhaar, you should click here and mention the details under the Udyog Aadhaar number. Then downside, you should put the full information about the entity or key person of the FPO, FPC, or who is maintaining the full units. Then you should go to existing business detail. If applicant agency is upgradation purpose, you have started the new application or existing business, you should put here the details. Then entity details, proposal details. Then you should select the lending bank, where you can go to in which bank you should get the benefits. Then upload the documents. In that, you should upload the detailed documents of the all directors in Aadhaar cards for KYC purpose. Then audited balance sheet with answer of last 2 years if available. Then bank statement of last 6 months. Board resolution for availing loan borrowing authority with sign of all directors. Then copy of bylaws along with its amendments in Hindi and English. Then DPR, you should make a DPR. We have a DPR format is there. I will share with Amit sir. And then you should make a DPR offline. Then upload here. DPR will be prepared offline for only common infra, and in individual micro enterprises, DPR should be prepared directly online on MIS portal. So you don't have prepared DPR for individual enterprises. Then GST registration certificate details, list of directors, memorandum and article of association, ownership proof, and most important things is for common infra we require in principle sanction letters from lending bank. And other optional documents is there. If available, you should upload the other documents in the non-mandatory list. Then declaration and submit the final application. After the completion of all procedure, you should click here and submit the final application with mention this place. Then application should be go in DRP login. DRP will check the primary application details and recommend to the SNA and DNO. After the submission of DRP, SNA will scrutinize the application and then process submit to or recommend to the bank. And next step, the all procedure is very soft and free to hand to open the. And DRP is supporting to enterprises or entity to how to apply on online portal.
And sir, one more thing, Amol sir, before to
Yes
end.
sir. Yes, yes.
Where we can check this ODOP's list, state-wise ODOP list, it is available on the website.
Yeah, ODP list will be shared in MoP website. If you want, I will just show you. Just a second. You should go on pmfme.mopi.government.in portal, and you will get the all documents and ODP list. Then also guidelines of scheme.
Yeah, I have shared already the link also in the chat box.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Amol sir. I must say it's a very short time to explain whole the PMFM scheme. There are various components are involved, in this PMFM scheme, but still you're trying to give a justify to explain the PMFM scheme, what is the ODOP mainly, and the CIF scheme. So thanks, and I would like to say thank you to Sharmili ma'am also to sharing her startup's details. So now we quickly move towards the question and answer section. So I'm requesting to the all the attendees kindly raise your hands to ask questions directly to the speakers, or you can put your questions in the chat box. I already noted few questions which are coming in the chat box, so we'll be taking it one by one. So there is one question is coming from the Kiran Patil, sir. He's asking that I understood the PMFM scheme is for the existing and running businesses rather than a startups. Also, since the credit link it is a scheme, so how the issue related to the loan approvals from the bank can be resolved. So I must say this is also a question in my mind as well, that earlier startups don't have that much of traction to show anything they have in hand to give as a mortgage to the bankers. So maybe Amol sir or maybe Sharmili ma'am can answer it well, as he already availed the scheme. In what way you approach to the bankers to get the loans, and how you take the benefit of this PMFM scheme. Sharmil ma'am, can you
Yes,
just
sir.
give this? Yeah.
So this is
Oh,
like very good question, I would say. So first, when I approach to the bank, like my scheme is approved, and now how we can proceed with the loan. First thing, what they ask for is a mortgage. And even when I applied, I also was a startup. I had just started. I didn't have any traction to show the product development, and all the stages were going on. But luckily, I had my industrial land which was bought for the company. So I showed that that property is mortgage for this loan. But I would request Amol sir, if uh, I mean for the startups, if they can provide some scheme or some information, like we are a startup, we don't have a traction, we don't have anything to give as a mortgage. Still, how we can apply for this loan? This was difficult for me, like to give that as a mortgage when I was applying for the credit link subsidy, sir. And bank first, what they ask is what you can give us as a mortgage. Yeah.
so of course, when it comes to the related to the subsidy or some part, bankers of course they ask for the guarantee or the mortgage to avail it. But although the start for the startups, various grants are all there, so they can initially can make some traction, and then they can avail these kinds of subsidies schemes which are coming from the from the ministry. So that would help them. So I hope Kiran sir you got the answer. And he asked one more question, that whether this scheme is related with ODOP products or the crops only. But as Amol sir in his presentation mentioned that it can be applicable to the non-ODOP products as well. I hope Amol sir it is right.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
apart from
Non-ODP products also eligible under the scheme. And also,
yes.
Sharmi, one question is there, because we are now touch with the bank level committee and bankers, and continuous we are going getting the workshop with banks to flow for the free flow of the scheme. But we are trying best to convince bank, because every bank should be change the rules, and they are following the RBI rules. So is it some difficulties to getting the 100% sanction with bank level, but we are trying the best to giving the support without the mortgage of the bank from our level.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
at the
So
national level, a nodal bank will be appointed for disbursement of subsidy, and the banks are liaising with the banks expanding the loan to beneficiaries. The bank sanctioning the loan will open a mirror account in the name of the beneficiary, granted by the central and state government in 60/40 ratio, will be deposited in the account of beneficiary in the lending bank branch by the state and central government. If after the period of 3 years from the disbursement of last tranche of the loan, the beneficiary account is still standard and the unit is operational, the amount will be adjusted in the bank account of beneficiary. Then release of grant for groups and common infra will also be done in their bank account with the some principal. So I will note down the Sharmili ma'am questions and will more aware to bank level committee about mortgage.
yeah, thank
Thank you,
you,
sir.
Amol sir.
Yeah.
That would be really helpful to the entrepreneurs who are really looking to avail benefit of this scheme. Amol sir, there is one question is
So one
continuously
question is
repeating.
here: the scheme is only for Maharashtra, but scheme
True,
is
yeah,
all over India. All over
that's
India. Sravana Kumar asking the questions. Ji sir,
everyone is asking that
yeah, yeah.
is this scheme
Scheme all over
available
for
in
India,
Maharashtra or in Mumbai? So the
and
scheme
you
is
should,
mainly meant for the all over India.
yeah, yeah. And
Yeah,
but
and the
SNA
details.
is different in every district. In Maharashtra, Agriculture Department is the implementing agency, but in other state implementing agencies different. So you should
So how they can
check
check, sir? How they check that who is the implementing agencies for their respective
in the
states?
MoFi portal details given about the implementing agency or SNA details. You should contact directly to SNA, and SPM team also is there in every district. If
Yeah.
you want any details, I will share my number in chat box. You should directly contact me in every time.
Yeah, yeah. I'm also sharing, we are also sharing the speakers details to all the participants who are registered for the webinar. So they will get the presentations as well as their contact details so
Yeah,
that if you have any queries, you can get to them. And one more Amol sir thing is that I seen you shown the demo of registration, but
yeah.
I came to know that there are district resource persons also there who are help you to fill out this application. So where they can find out their
District
list of
resource
district.
person will be help to entity how to fill the applications and how to go connect with the portal. So don't worry, all applicant district resource person will help for all things during the online registration and submission of application, and they are also supporting up to 3 years to all applicants.
Okay, but how, in a what way? Let's say I'm from Uttarakhand, let's say it assume,
Yeah.
and I want to connect one district resource person. So how I can able to know who is working in my area to get the assistance from the district resource person to fill the application?
In every state shared the district appointed district resource person in every district, and list also shared on MoFi portal. You can get it easily. You just put the district resource person list of and name of the states, will get it.
So thank you. It's really going to help that Ministry of Food Processing portal. That link is also we have already shared in the chat box. There you came to know what is the guidelines of the scheme, how you can
In
register
MoFi portal
and
DPR
join
format
Mood
also shared.
portal and register and the DRP list. Everything is available on their website. Yeah, Amol sir, you are saying something. Amol sir, I hope I summarize these things. Yeah, right.
Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, no, sir. Continue.
yeah. Okay, fine. So now we can go to the next question, and the participant May Jacob has raised his hand. So May Jacob, can you hear us? Jacob, can you hear me? Are you there? You want to ask a question? Yeah, Jacob, can you hear me? You want to ask the question too, because I can see you have raised the hand.
Yeah, thank you. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah. Good morning to everyone, and Dr. Mane, thank you for a great presentation. What I'm interested in is how do you measure the impact? How do you measure the impact of your startup in terms of farmer revenue? Have you tracked when you started off, what was the revenue of the farmers? Now that you're, I think, in your third or fourth year, or probably eighth year, I think 2016 you mentioned. How do you measure is there some measurable progress for farmer revenue in your area? And you mentioned that you've extended the shelf life of the jaggery. Could you share what are the methodologies, or what is the process, if it's possible, what is the process that you've used to extend the shelf life? Thank you.
Hi, ma'am. Actually, we have not started in 2016. We started in 2021 when actually COVID time hit. So the first thing I would like to answer for the shelf life of jaggery, like the jaggery it's been made in a normal way by standardizing the process, but we have varied the drying technology of the jaggery, like how the powder to be dried by applying some knowledge of technology and machinery. So that process, we are working with our Jaggery Research Center, and we have worked with Jaggery Research Center, and it's a patented process, so I cannot share the details. But what we do, we get the raw jaggery from the farmers, and their drying and all the other things, processing thing happen at our factory. That is why we have tried to remove the moisture of the jaggery powder by this technology, which is very economical technology, and that is the reason it has extended shelf life of 12 months. I mean, the outside weathering condition will not affect the jaggery powder inside, and also the packaging plays important role, like how you are packing your powder inside. So we have studied that also. So that is why we say our brand is a research and studied brand of jaggery. And the second question, like how it has been impacting farmers. So we have a YD Mane Research Center. It's a non-profit organization, and my startup and this non-profit organization, we are working in collaboration. So we are empowering farmers not only in technical terms, like whatever trainings or the skill training workshops the farmers need regarding the process standardization, regarding their facility renovation, or for example quality standards, or if they want GI tagging for their jaggery, organic certification. All these trainings we are arranging through our research center. And of course managers helped us really into this for arranging these workshops. We got funds from Manage under RKVY-RAFTAAR, and this is technical empowerment. Second, also I would like to add one more thing to the technical empowerment, like this PMFME scheme. It's not like I have taken for just for my startups, like the farmers with whom I'm working for making their facility as per the quality control, or to change some containers, vessels of their renovate some their facility. I am writing reports for them as well, and to so that farmers can get more impact of this scheme. And financial empowerment, like we are giving the pricing to the raw material, as well as the profit what we are getting after like cutting all the taxes and everything. Whatever profit we are getting, we are sharing the percentage of our profit with the associated farmers. So along with the raw material, that farmers is also getting the that benefit from our profit share. For example, there are two different kinds of powders which we are selling. First powder that goes for our grocery items, that powder quality is different. I mean, the way it is produced, and that farmer is getting, let's say, 100 rupees per kg. But our other powder, which is going in the smaller sachet, which I showed, that powder producing technology, the process is little different, and that farmer is getting almost 175 rupees per kg. So little change in the process, they don't need to put money for that change in the process, just the parameters and variations in the process, and that farmer is getting little extra money for that. So that is how we are impacting farmers with our startups. I hope that has cleared your question.
Yeah, I hope so. Srimiliji, you explained well what your startup, what kind of technology you're working, and the main part that how you are helping to the farmers and the impact that you are created with the help of, through PMFME scheme, how you are assisting to the farmers. So there are
Thank you,
few
sir.
common questions are, I can say, from Srinivas and from Gautam Dandekarji, that is this scheme is available for the millet, spices. Gautam ji is asking for the bakery and millets kitchen, and that in Mumbai city. So it is already clear, sir, that this scheme covers almost the one district, one products, along with that non-ODP products as well. For a couple of states, as someone is mentioned that two products also they are covered, their products also they are covered. So the thing is that they are covering almost all the value added products. And to get more details, try to visit to MOFI's website, and Amolji has put his number also, so that you can get connected with them. Coming to the next question, that there is still confusion between Amolji that individuals and FPOs. So who can apply? Is it individuals can apply for PMFM scheme, or they need to have SHGs or FPOs to apply for this scheme for ODOP and for CIF? If you can further explain.
ODOP concept should be not mandatory, because ODOP and non-ODP application also eligible in overall scheme. But under the CIP component, only FPO, FPC, and SHG are eligible. For individual component, everyone the individual component is open for everyone in FPO, FPC, SHG, or individual micro enterprises, private limited, or LLP. Got it?
They need to register as a legal entity
Yeah,
like
no,
Udyog.
not required, but after the application, they should be required to register under Udyog and GST, or also FSI certification.
Okay, so after registration, they can
Yeah,
have to go for
yeah,
this
yeah, yeah.
registration.
For
Okay,
new
yeah,
entity.
clear.
If existing business, we need details about existing business, and in which company act under they have started existing business or running the.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all the details are there on their website. Quite easy. If you read the guidelines also, which are available in both languages, English and Hindi version, so you'll get it more clarity. And in each state, they have appointed SNA called State Nodal Agencies who are implementing this scheme at agriculture and processing departments mainly of the respective states. And to assist the beneficiaries, they have appointed district resource persons who will contact you how to fill this application form. So if you're feeling any difficulties, they can reach to you and will help you to get the benefit and get the more clarity from there. So we'll quickly move to the last question as time is running out. I don't know the name of the person, but he's joined as a IIBF. This question is to the Sharmili ji ma'am, to you, that how you got the idea to start this business of the jaggery. Does you own the family this business, and after you completing your PhD in Australia, you came back instead of doing the job in Australia, came back, and what exactly forced you to enter in this entrepreneurship, in this space?
Okay. That is really different question, but I would like to answer this question. So, sir, thank you for this question. I did my PhD in Australia, but from my bachelor's only, I was working on secondary agriculture. So somehow that farmer connect was there. In my bachelor's, I worked with farmers. My master's, I worked with farmers from Vidarbha region. And then directly when I went there for PhD, my entire project was dependent on farmers. So I saw like how farmer was uh, knowledgeable in Australia. Even though Indian farmers they have wisdom, traditional wisdom of farming, they lack in applying that technology, applying that information, or gathering that information. I mean, if you talk to any farmers, they know like this scheme is there from government, but how to apply for that scheme and how to take benefit from that scheme, they lack. So I saw that difference when I was working in Australia, and then when I came here for vacation, that was the time when jaggery industry was facing some problems. So I started interacting with farmers, and I thought like my knowledge which I gained in Mumbai, which I gained in Australia, can help this to solve little bit of these problems. So I started working in the problem area, and that's how I got my interest into jaggery. And I always wanted to work on agriculture, and what better than like you're working for your society. So that's the answer to this question, sir. And it's not a family business. I started when I came back, like 2021 registered company. So I started recently, sir, 2 years back.
Yeah, so we must say you are the woman lead first generation entrepreneur, and
Thank
it's a really
Yes,
interesting
sir.
story to hear from you, Sharmil ma'am.
Thank you,
If
sir.
with the permission of the speakers, I want to extend. I would like to take more two questions, if you allowed, because time is running out. I can see few still some hands are raised there. Can I take two questions more?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
can.
I'm here.
Yeah, I can see Miss R. Meera ma'am is there. Meera ma'am,
Yes,
can you
yes,
hear
sir.
me?
Thank you, sir. So, yes, sir. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, ma'am. Quickly, your question.
Quickly, yes, sir. Sir, I want to record my thanks to manage. It was an excellent presentation by both the presenters. I run an NGO and support FPC for women farmers who are small landholders. I would like to get some more technical support from you by connecting them to the institute. They have a lot of tomatoes that are grown. We are based in Tirupati. Every time they run a loss, sir. I want to know whether you can give them some they know to make some pickles and all that. Will they be able to get technical and operational support because they do some rudimentary things? Can I connect with you so that they can avail this scheme, sir? Thank you.
Yeah, of course, Manage being an extension institute, we are there to support always to support. Meera ma'am, I request you kindly write to our DG sir or director sir, whatever the assistance you're looking for. We definitely try to connect with the respective officials. Maybe it may be related to the processing or it may be related to the training institutions so
Yes, sir.
that they can do the hand-holding supports for you. So thank you.
Wonderful, sir. You'll be helping a lot of women who really throw away their produce after a hard work that they do
Thanks.
day in and day out. Thank you.
Thanks for your kind words, ma'am. I will be taking one more question. I can see Dr. Vivek Chavan has raised his hand. Dr. Vivek, can you hear us? Dr. Vivek Chavan, can you hear me? Dr. Vivek, you can ask question directly to the speaker. Yeah, I think he's not there. I can see Mr. Ashish Mishra has raised his hand. Mr. Ashish, can you hear me? Ashish, you want to ask the question? Yeah, he's also not there. I can see Baljinder. Baljinder, sir, are you there? Can you hear me? Baljinder, sir, can you hear me? I have unmute you. You can ask question directly. आपका your voice is breaking, sir. Your voice is breaking.
हाँ जी, गुड आफ्टरनून सर।
जी गुड आफ्टरनून। बोलिए सर, आपका क्वेश्चन जल्दी से पूछिए, टाइम हो चुका है बहुत।
जी जी जी, तो काफी अच्छा सर आपका सेशन रहा। और सर मैं ये जानना चाहता हूँ कि जो स्कीम के वर्किंग कैपिटल वगैरह के ऊपर भी कुछ सब्सिडीज वगैरह होती है?
हेलो,
आपका सर
आवाज आ रहा
नहीं
है?
आ
सर का क्वेश्चन है वर्किंग कैपिटल के ऊपर सब्सिडी है क्या? बट पीएमएफएमई स्कीम में वर्किंग कैपिटल के ऊपर सब्सिडी नहीं है। जो आपका जो यूनिट कॉस्ट होगा मींस मशीन का और जो टेक्निकल सिविल वर्क रहेगा उसके ऊपर ही सब्सिडी रहेगा। उसमें भी एक रेशियो रहेगा 70-30 का, मींस 70% आपका मशीन इक्विपमेंट कॉस्ट रहेगा एंड 30% टेक्निकल सिविल वर्क रहेगा।
सो बलजिंदर जी, इफ यू हैव आपको कोई और कुछ क्वेश्चंस होंगे या फिर रेस्ट ऑफ द पार्टिसिपेंट्स इफ यू हैव स्टिल एनी क्वेश्चंस, we have put the speakers details in the chat box. You can write to them, you can reach to them, so you will get the some information and the answers to your queries. So definitely they will try to solve. As time is running out, so we have to stop for the day. But before to end this session, there are few announcements in the benefit of the participants, that we have opened the applications for the cohort 10, where you will get the funding from 5 lakh to 25 lakh rupees from AOP to AOP and ACIP stage, where the seed stage startups from the pre-ideation stage startups will get the benefit to your ideas to get the grants. So like Sharmili ji is one of the incubators. She got 5 lakh rupees as a grant, and now she is going for the seed funds as well. Along with that, pre-incubation training programs, like someone at the very beginning asked about, I want to do a business, how I can start. So for such a new beginners, we have launched the applications for the pre-incubation program. So they can apply for these training programs. So it's basically a training or virtual online training program for 15 days, where you will learn the ABCD of the business from scratch to end market. You will get to know what is the things are involved in the business. So you can apply for this program as well. Along with that, you please follow our social media pages, where you will get to know the startup ecosystem related regular updates, our upcoming training programs, and of course the webinars which we are running. Especially theme is going on since from the last week. We are running a theme on the business government schemes, mainly for the agripreneurs. So next week we come up with a BIRAC scheme for the agri startups. So this thematic webinar series we are running onwards from the last week. So kindly join us for the next time as well to get the more idea about the various schemes from the government for the startups and the entrepreneurs. So with this, I would like to say thank you, Amolji and Sharmilji, especially in a short notice you attended this webinar and trying to give a lot of information to the startups, especially on the ODOP and PMFME scheme and CIF scheme to the participants. So I would like to say thank you also participants for actively asking the questions to the speakers and joining us. Hope to see you in the next webinar series, and thanks my team for organizing this webinar. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Thank you.